Hi. Today, on the fifth day of talking about how to convert negative thoughts into positive thoughts, we are not talking about something that we are not liking about ourselves. We are going to be talking about when we don't like the world. The world is not a good place. The world requires shrewd people. You can become successful only if you have a certain amount of cunningness, etc., etc. So a lot of times we feel that this world that we live in is not something which is comforting, not something which is nurturing, not something which is something which enhances uh, personal capacity as well as a community feeling. So while we keep seeking belongingness to this world, we still are not able to find a sense of comfort, nurturance, growth facilitated by the world around us. So when we find the world a not very nice place, where could it be coming from? We all recognize that all the experiences that we have had in our life, not all will be comfortable, not all will be beautiful memories. There's going to be a lot of memories where you have sadness. There's going to be a lot of experiences of feeling betrayed, of feeling judged, of feeling humiliated or belittled. So what the mind does many times is it chooses the memories it wants to join. And while it chooses the memories it wants to join, it becomes mood dependent. So if I'm in a good mood, I might end up taking the good memories more into account, and the bad memories will be by the by. Haan, aisa bhi hua tha. But when I am in a bad space, when I am sad or I'm angry or I'm hurting very badly, I will be taking the memories which have been of the negative kind. And for the good, I'll end up saying, oh, those were just exceptions. Life mein to bura zyada hota hai. So when we think the world is not a good place, we might be looking at three angles that we want to analyze our world with at that point of time. The first is the present world that I am in. So how will we look at the world? This is me. This is my immediate world, which is your personal and professional life. So the people you interact with on an everyday basis, these are your support systems as part of your extended family, as part of your mentors, as part of your learning groups, as part of your clubs, and the political system, the economic system at large. So this is the four circles in which we divide the world around us. So if there is a crisis going on in our immediate circle, a lot of times that can make us look at the world as a more complicated space. If we are in conflict with our parents, with our spouses, with our siblings, automatically it generalizes to the whole world is a bad place. So if we could identify that what I am going through is a ripple effect of what I'm going through in my first circle, that is my immediate people that I am with, we will be able to name the conflict. And once we name the conflict, it becomes a lot more easier to be able to solve it. So it's diagnosis done well can lead on to the right kind of treatment, leading on to a better prognosis. But if a diagnosis is not done well, there can only be experimentation about what you're going to be doing in that particular treatment. So it's a very similar thing in the way we are viewing our world. If we understand what is going on, not from a place of bias or judgment, कि हस्बैंड वाइफ में झगड़ा हो रहा है तो बोलते हैं मेरी बीवी का परिवार ही ऐसा है, इस वजह से ये सारा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. Now this is a bias, this is not a diagnosis. So being able to diagnose it and then dispute whatever is my understanding of the problem so that I reach some truth to be able to solve that issue. Now this is when there is an issue in the first circle. The problems can be understood, the problems can be addressed, or the problems can be contained. What containment means is that you're just going to hold through and say it's okay. मतलब ये है, मुझे पता है इशू, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है कि इसको सुलझाए बिना मेरी जिंदगी अटक जाती है. So you permit yourself to be in that space and say हाँ, इस इशू के साथ हम जी लेंगे. But when the problem is in the second and the third circle, that is your extended family, that is the clubs you belong to, the people you want to be around, or the general socio-political system around you, automatically there will be a space where we feel that we have a lot of judgment, in the sense ki, should the marriageable age, now that children want to be educated, girls are also getting educated, should the marriageable age be 21 and 21 की उम्र में लड़की के लिए लड़का और 22-23 की उम्र में लड़का के लिए लड़की देखना शुरू कर देना है? Yeah, you are okay with them choosing their own partners. Yeah, you will begin to think about it when they are about 27, 28 years old. Now, a lot of these things, while the society dictates it, do end up becoming personal choices. So whatever is happening at large at a country, if you are somebody who feels that you can influence that in any manner, not by just having an opinion and talking about it, but doing something about it, then you can take that forward. If not, there'll just be a lot of talk and a lot of words and a lot of angst, and all we are doing is we are adding more anxiety or anger into the system. Let's take a very intense example, the issue of child sexual abuse. We all recognize that this is something which has to go. This is very unhealthy for a society, and a society needs to fight it out. Now, there are a lot of people who are doing dedicated work towards creating awareness, towards creating prevention, towards the treatment of people who go through such things. Now, their involvement is of a positive kind. But whilst something positive is happening there, all of us can become so angsty about it and so angry about it that all of us feel that we have a right to have some word, and in the social media we begin to write about this and we kind of try to see whom to blame and we try to be talking about it. And now, as long as it's done with the right spirit, in the right manner, with the choice of words being right, we become a part of the solution of creating more awareness, of helping parents talk to their children about how to be safe or whom to go back and say if something like that happens. But if we are only throwing our angst there on social media, only trying to fix blame, while you are angry because of a very sensitive issue, you're part of the problem, not part of the solution. So when there is a bigger problem, I think it is for every individual to ask themselves, am I part of the problem? Am I part of the solution? So we are not always directly going to be involved with problems which are in our second or third circles. It could be the kind of rules that you don't agree with. It could be the kind of temperament that that community has you don't agree with. There might be a lot of reasons why you're feeling angst and feeling that the world is not a good place. But are you a part of the problem or are you a part of the solution? As long as that becomes a answer in your mind saying, I'm part of the solution. I'm not part of who adds on to the chaos a lot more, who adds on to the anger and anxiety and the confusion a lot more. It becomes that the systems around us is something we are able to manage better and help the society grow. So the world is not a good place. A very old song from a Hindi movie which says, बुरा दुनिया को तो है कहता, ऐसा भोला तो न बन, जो है करता वो है धरता है यहाँ का ये चलन. So you might not have done something wrong towards somebody, but if you throw out negativity, what comes back is going to be a lot of negativity. If you throw out some positivity, the same good deeds are going to circulate around and create a much healthier society. So when we find the world not being a good place, we need to be able to separate the circles, recognize which circle do you feel is having the problems because of which you're not liking the world. And after that, realize or play your role from a position of strength. If we do that, the world will begin to seem like an okay place. I don't know if it is a great place, but it's an okay place. It's a world. There are good people, there are bad people, there are people who create chaos, there are people who are doing good work, there are good people who can end up making mistakes, there are bad people who will be able to do something good somewhere to bring about social change. So the more we understand where we position ourselves in the world, in the different groups that you belong, we play from a position of strength, the more we are confused as to what is our role in this world, and we only look at what the world is doing for us, automatically the anxiety and the anger will only increase. So happy enjoying finding your position in the world. When I say happy enjoying, I mean that look at the stresses as part of being part of the world. Look at the horror of being part of the world. Look at the love and the care and the flowers blooming as part of the world. Look at the small good deeds that happen on an everyday basis as part of this world, and be aware that there is a lot of social problem, a lot of social situations that you can be part of to change. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you very much.
Help Talks are daily health-related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.